The contradiction of attraction. Have you ever met someone and felt that electric click? That undeniable spark where the conversation flows, the eye contact lingers a little too long, and you walk away thinking, wow, that was different. But then nothing happens, or worse, they pull away. You start getting mixed signals. They initiate deep conversations at 2 a.m., but are distant the next day. They remember the smallest detail you mentioned weeks ago, yet they balk at making plans for next weekend. If you've ever found yourself playing detective, trying to figure out if someone actually likes you or if you're imagining the connection, you are not alone, and more importantly, you might not be imagining it. According to psychology, the initial stages of attraction are often marked by anxiety. But for some people, that anxiety isn't just about liking someone. It's a full-blown internal war between intense feelings and an intense fear of where those feelings might lead. Today, we are going deep into the human psyche. We're not talking about simple shyness. We are talking about the 4 deep, profound signs that someone is utterly into you, but is absolutely terrified of falling in love. Let's begin. Understanding the philophobia factor. Before we dive into the signs, we have to understand the why. Psychologists often refer to a condition known as philophobia. Now, don't let the clinical term scare you. Philo means loving, and phobia means fear. It isn't always a diagnosed disorder. It exists on a spectrum. It's the fear of falling in love or forming an emotional attachment. But why would someone be afraid of something so beautiful? The Cleveland Clinic and other medical sources point to a few root causes, and recognizing these will help you understand the signs we're about to discuss. Usually, it stems from a traumatic past experience. This could be a painful breakup, growing up in a household where love was conditional or volatile, or even deep-seated rejection issues from childhood. Think of it like this. If you touch a hot stove and get burned, your body instinctively pulls back every time you get near heat again. For someone with a fear of intimacy, you are the heat. They are drawn to your warmth. They crave it, but their psychological history is screaming at them that getting too close will burn them. This creates a push-pull dynamic. They are physically present, but emotionally guarded. They want connection, but fear vulnerability. So, how do you spot this internal battle? Here are the 4 deep signs. Sign number 1, the intermittent intensity, the flood and fade. The first sign is what I like to call the flood and fade. When someone is afraid to fall in love, they usually can't control the initial flood of feelings. When they are with you, or when they let their guard down via text, they come on incredibly strong. The psychology behind it. According to relationship research, when a person feels a deep connection, their brain releases chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin. For most people, this is a pleasant rush. For someone with commitment fears, this rush is terrifying. It feels like losing control. How it manifests. You'll notice moments of intense closeness. Maybe you spend a Saturday together that feels straight out of a movie. They hold your hand. They open up about their childhood. They talk about things they've never told anyone. But then the fade happens. The next day, they are short with their texts. They might take hours to reply, or they make an excuse to leave early. This isn't because they like you less. It's because the hangover from the intimacy is too strong. Dr. Lisa Firestone, a clinical psychologist, explains that when someone is too scared to get involved, they'll often offset deep moments of emotional intimacy by pulling away and acting more distant. They are trying to re-establish a safe distance. The deep sign: if the intensity of your good times is matched only by the sudden coldness of your normal times, it's not a lack of interest, it's a fear response. They are flooding you with affection, then fading to catch their breath. They are terrified of how much they liked that Saturday with you. Sign number 2, the wee slip-ups, verbal leakage. Words are fascinating. Most of the time we think we control what we say. But psychology tells us that the words we use, specifically our pronouns, reveal what we truly feel on a subconscious level. The psychology behind it. Research from psychologist Richard Slatcher at the University of Georgia found that couples in romantic relationships use first-person plural pronouns, we, us, our, far more often than casual daters. It's a sign of cognitive fusion. Your brain has started to mentally include that other person in your concept of self. How it manifests. If this person is afraid of falling in love, they will actively try not to do this. They'll be hypervigilant about keeping things casual. They'll say, I went to that restaurant, even if they went with you. But the brain slips. Watch for the moment they accidentally include you in their future or their identity. Maybe they say, oh, we would hate that movie, or we need to try that place sometime. They might catch themselves immediately. They might stumble over their words, or even correct themselves by saying, I mean, you should try it. But that slip, that moment of we, is the truth bubbling to the surface. The deep sign, someone who is afraid to commit will try to keep the language individual. So when you hear those accidental we statements, you are witnessing a crack in the armor. Their subconscious sees you as a unit, even if their conscious mind is too scared to admit it. Sign number 3, micro-jealousy, the protective instinct. Jealousy is usually viewed as a red flag. And let's be clear, toxic, controlling jealousy is absolutely a red flag. But there is a specific type of micro-jealousy that signals deep attraction, especially in men, according to biological psychology. The psychology behind it. A study published in the Physiology and Behavior Journal highlights that testosterone can play a role in making a person feel protective over their potential mate's safety and well-being. It's often called the hero instinct. When a man has feelings for you, he has a primal urge to step into the protector role. How it manifests. If he is afraid to love you, he won't come out and say, I'm jealous. That would require admitting he feels ownership or deep care. Instead, it comes out in micro-expressions and protective behaviors. Watch what happens when you mention a difficult situation with another person, or even a stressful day at work. A casual friend might say, that sucks. But a man who is into you but scared, his body language will shift. He'll square up to you. He might glance around the room. He'll ask pointed questions. Who said that to you? Or, what did they expect you to do about it? He is scanning for threats. He is positioning himself as your defender. He wants to save the day, but he doesn't want to admit why he wants to save it. The deep sign, if he gets intensely focused or subtly agitated when your safety or emotional well-being is threatened by an outside force, it's because his brain has already categorized you as his to protect. The fear of love hasn't killed the instinct to defend you. Sign number 4, the Sonder effect, deep observation. The 4th sign is my favorite because it's so subtle yet so profound. It's based on the concept of Sonder, the realization that everyone else has a life as vivid and complex as your own. The psychology behind it. When we are afraid of intimacy, we build walls. We talk about surface-level things to keep people out. But when we are attracted to someone, our brain's hippocampus, which handles memory, kicks into overdrive. We pay attention because, evolutionarily speaking, this person matters. How it manifests. This person might not be good at saying, I like you. They might be terrible at flirting, but they remember everything. You mentioned in passing 3 weeks ago that you hated mushrooms. Tonight, they're cooking for you, and there's not a mushroom in sight. You once said you were stressed about a presentation. A week later, they text you in the morning, good luck with that thing today. They are cataloging you. They are building a mental file of your likes, dislikes, fears, and dreams. Why? Because despite their fear, they find you fascinating. They are doing the work of getting to know you on a deep level, but they are doing it quietly, from a distance. The deep sign, If someone consistently proves that they have been listening to you, if they bring up details from past conversations that you've forgotten, they aren't just polite, they are invested. They are building a bridge to you brick by brick, even if they are too scared to walk across it just yet. Why they pull away? The temperature regulation. At this point, you might be thinking, okay, I see these signs, but why is it so exhausting? Why do I feel like I'm on an emotional roller coaster? You feel that way because you are. When someone is afraid of falling in love, they are constantly regulating the temperature of the relationship. Think of it like a thermostat. If the intimacy gets too high, too much we language, too much fun, too much connection, the internal alarm goes off. The thermostat kicks in and drops the temperature. They cancel plans. They get quiet. They pick a silly fight. They do this not because they want to hurt you, but because they are trying to keep the relationship in a safe zone where they can't get hurt. According to WebMD and other health resources, the physical symptoms of anxiety, rapid heart rate, shallow breathing, panic, can be triggered simply by the thought of how much they care about you. Their body treats love like a threat, so they pull away to breathe. They need space to remind themselves that they are still an individual, that they haven't been swallowed up by their feelings for you. How to respond without scaring them away. So, what do you do if you recognize these signs? How do you handle someone who is clearly into you but terrified? You have two choices, and the right one depends entirely on your own mental health and needs. Option 1, the safe harbor approach. If you have patience, you can become a safe harbor. This doesn't mean accepting bad behavior, but it means not reacting emotionally to their fade cycles. When they pull away, don't chase. Don't bombard them with "what's wrong" texts. If you chase, you validate their fear that intimacy is smothering. Instead, hold space. When they come back, and they usually will, be warm. Don't punish them with silence. Just welcome them back. This consistency proves to their anxious brain that love doesn't have to be a hot stove. It can be a warm, consistent flame. Option 2. The direct conversation. There comes a point where ambiguity becomes painful. You have the right to clarity. Psychologist Chloe Carmichael, PhD, suggests a gentle, non-accusatory approach. You can say something like, "I really enjoy the time we spend together. I notice sometimes it feels like you pull back, and I just want to check in and see how you're feeling about us." This opens the door without labeling them as broken or scared. It invites them to share their fear rather than act it out. Protecting yourself. Finally, and most importantly, we have to talk about you. Understanding the psychology behind someone's fear is useful, but it is not an excuse for endless heartache. You can have empathy for someone's philophobia while also recognizing that you deserve to feel chosen. The Cleveland Clinic notes that if left unaddressed, these fears can lead to isolation and anxiety for both people in the dynamic. Ask yourself, is this person aware of their fear? Are they trying to meet me halfway? Or am I the only one making adjustments? You cannot love someone enough to heal their fear of love. That healing has to come from within them, sometimes with the help of therapy or self-reflection. If you are constantly anxious, constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop, constantly decoding mixed signals, you are now the one suffering. And a relationship, even a potential one, should not be a constant state of anxiety. The risk worth taking? Falling in love is, by its very nature, a vulnerable act. It requires us to risk rejection, heartbreak, and loss. For some, that risk is too close to past wounds. If you are dealing with someone who shows these 4 signs, the flood and fade, the we slip-ups, the micro-jealousy, and the Sonder effect, know that their fear is likely a twisted reflection of how much they actually feel for you. They aren't afraid of you, they are afraid of losing themselves or of getting hurt again. But also know this, you are not a rehabilitation center for broken hearts. You are a person looking for connection. Whether you wait, Whether you walk away or whether you gently push for more, make sure your decision comes from a place of self-love. Sometimes the greatest sign of strength is knowing when to stay and fight for a connection, and knowing when to save your love for someone who is ready to catch it. Thanks for watching. If you've ever been in this situation, drop a comment below and let me know how you handled it. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the psychology of human behavior. I'll see you in the next one.